Hello and welcome back to Sporty Sunday. I can't think of a good title. Uh, this is getting really frustrating. Camera is bugging out a little bit, so hopefully you guys can see. Well, I know you guys can see Kitten right now. So this is Sporty Sunday with Johnny Tiger and Kitten. Um, we missed the last 2 days. I'm at this point. I'm not even going to give an excuse or reason. We missed the last 2 days. Um, so we're making it up. Sporty Sunday. This is December 12th, 2021. As you can tell, I am a little bit flustered. Camera's acting up, and we are also filming this in a smaller space in the bedroom rather than in the training room like usual. There is a reason for that because the training room is really, really cold and it's just not very comfortable. So we decided to give this a try. I'm kind of thinking this was a not very good decision right now because of the such a limited space and cats wandering all over the place. But anyway, we'll follow through with this and then see how it goes. If it's not watchable or whatever, I'm sure someone can let us know later. Um, so today we are going to do something because since we missed the last 2 days, we're going to combine fitness and martial art or self-defense or survival into one episode that will be useful for both scenarios. Well, I'm going to show you guys three little basic Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu workout that you can do with your partner that will enhance your ability to move and be coordinated on the ground. Uh, the partner, in this case, Kitten will actually be the partner today. She'll be the attacker on top. Uh, the partner's job basically is just to get in a kneeling position and face the person doing the movement. So we're going to get ourselves situated. Uh, I'm going to come onto this side and I'm going to lay down. Okay. And Kitten, being the attacker, is just going to kneel and face toward me on my leg side. Okay? Because that is the basic beginning position for what we're doing. So ideally, you are when you are down on the ground and the attacker is attacking, ideally you always want your feet to be towards them. They always want to be that end, the south end. You never want them to be on your side. Never want them to be on your head end. At least on your feet end, there's a lot of things you can do to protect yourself. Now, I've been saying never, but sometimes you don't have any control over it. Sometimes it's just going to happen. They're going to end up on a different side. So you got to be good at moving yourself on the ground, which is part of the point why we're doing this today. Okay? So, uh, all three exercises we are doing today assume that you already got a hold of their hand or their sleeve or their arm, like we've been doing. So, partner, just stick the arm out straight so I can grab it. Okay. For this first exercise, all the partner has to do is keep their arm relatively stiff so they don't flop. Yeah? And partner one's knee open slightly. Okay. So I can get my feet on the inside of their legs. Okay? And this is not really strength based, but you need a little bit of a coordination and muscle uh, fluidity. All I'm doing is I'm pulling because This scenario is she's pressing into me. She's pressing forward. So I'm going to hold onto her arm and I'm going to bring my legs in, extend, hold her up. One, two, let her back down, and then we reset. This is very important. I want to talk about this. The person at the bottom, your arm have to be stiff. You don't want to flop because if you flop, your partner is going to fall on top of you and headbutt you. Same with the partner on top. The partner on top is very important to have kind of a stiffness in her arm, so she's not going to flop. This should be relatively stiff, relatively connected. There should be no flopping. Right? If there's any kind of flopping, then you're going to readjust this. Right? So the whole thing should look like I get her arm, she pushes forward, I lift, and I put her down. How does that feel?
I felt okay. I actually felt fun.
uh, I want to take this chance to also mention that uh, this is one of those episodes I'm really going to show you why people who are afraid of physical contact or homophobic people really have a hard time with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. When we were rehearsing, Kitten already said that this is really sexual looking stuff. Okay, so uh, just keep our mind on what we're doing. Okay, this is legit self-defense martial arts stuff. Even though it does look a little bit uh,
As you said, provocative.
R-rated,
Yes.
whatever. No matter you do it with a girl or a guy, respect what you're doing. This is that's the best I can put it. Respect you're doing martial art, you're doing self defense. So you know it's going to look weird. Okay, now so we're going to go back to the first one. Uh, Partner on top, kneel up, extend the arm. Okay, we're going to do five of these. Okay, ready?
Okay.
One, two, three, four, and five. Now, some of you are saying, okay, so like, how tiring is that? I can tell you, if you have to do 20 of these, very tiring. Okay? Especially when you have to essentially support your partner's weight without letting them flop. Okay? So we're going to move on to the second one. Second one, still, this time, same thing. I got a hold of my attacker's arm, but rather than having my legs in between theirs, like this time I'm going to wrap my leg around their body, or if they're kneeling up, around their leg, so like this. Okay? This is called a full guard. This is called full guard. Putting someone in your guard, wrap your leg around them. This is called a full guard. Those of you that done your time with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu already know what I'm talking about. Okay, so from full guard, I'm holding on to both of her wrist or her sleeve if I want to, whatever I can do. And from here, I'm going to drop her left arm. I'm going to forget about that. Partner on top, when the arm is dropped, brace it against the floor so you don't end up face planting. Right? So after I dropped her left arm, my right hand is now free. My right hand will reach over, grab her right sleeve, while my left hand is still on her right wrist. Once I secure this two-handed grab on her right arm, I'm going to drop my leg open and push myself to the side while pulling her towards the floor. Eh? And once I get sort of to the side of her, um, she's leaning, she's kind of like in the plank position. I'm going to let go of her wrist, grab the back of her shirt, and push myself up. Okay? So now we're still on the ground. But if this was a fight, I'm now in a very dominant position. I can punch from here, elbow from here, do a lot of stuff. Her kidney, her rib cage is all open to me from that point. Back of the neck is all open. But I need to be able to sit up like this, right? Okay, now we reset. So when you're working out, when you're doing this for exercise, there's no need to be that technical. Eh? When you're doing this for exercise, I'm just looking for the sit up. I'm just looking for the sit up. So it should look something like I'm holding onto her both hands. I switch, sit up, reset. I switch, sit up. Okay, I'm not pulling her down, not like the actual technique, because we are doing it for exercise and body coordination. The whole point is I am able to switch hand, pull, sit up. Switch hand, pull, sit up. And switch hand, pull, sit up. Okay? No point pulling your partner down to the ground every time. That will just get each other dizzy and uh, tired out before you can actually get a workout in there. Okay, so that's the difference between the workout and the technique. The technique, then you got to make sure you grab the back of the shirt and that down on the plank position and all that stuff. Right? For the workout, I'm just looking for switch, sit up, switch, sit up. Okay, it's like a diagonal sit up, diagonal crunch, while moving your arm across, moving your leg. Okay. Whew. Number three, same thing. Kitten's got a pretty easy job. You stay in one pose the whole time. Number three, I'm going to lay back. This time my heel is going to be on her pelvis. I'm not going to put her in guard. I'm not going to hook her or anything. I'm just resting my heel on her pelvis, on her leg. Eh? This one, be very, very careful. Don't kick your partner in the face. Right? Do it slow. It when you move, what I'm doing is I'm pushing on her pelvis so I can wiggle my butt to the side and I step one leg over her arm. That's it. Once I step over, now her arm between my knee, right? Bring her leg back to her hip, wiggle the other way, leg over, back, leg over, back, leg over, back, leg over, back, leg over. Okay? Like I said, be very careful. You don't kick your partner in the head. Huh? Don't do it that fast unless you're really comfortable with what you're doing. Huh? No, let's see. What does kitten think?
I think it's very interesting. I really love the mobility part of these. It definitely involves flexibility and body awareness, like you mentioned.
Yeah, the whole point of these exercises is so when you're on the ground and you're holding on to something or someone, you can still move your leg, you can still move your butt, you can still wiggle your upper torso, even though your hands are occupied, or even when your legs are occupied, you can still function. Because a lot of time We see people get trapped in the ground when someone grab onto their ankle or someone grab onto their hand or they're busy occupying their hand with holding the person off and they can't move their lower body. Uh, that's why we do these exercises. It's for that mobility, that coordination. With that, we will bid you guys good night, and I'll be back again later for another video for Soul Search Sunday. And Kitten will be back tomorrow, of course, for Music Monday.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Good night.